Used to lead from the front, and I would say that I still do, but I have adapted my style. I used to think it's critically important for me to show every employee how hard I'm working and that I'm willing to pick up the trash, take it out, clean the toilets, do the hard work, talk to the customer that nobody wants to talk to, fix the machine, whatever it is. That allowed the business to grow to about 5 million in sales. But the problem is I became that bottleneck because the business was too reliant on one person. And then I wasn't able to travel. I wasn't able to go to conferences or do sales because the business would stumble when I left because it was so reliant on me being there to fix the machine or help out with production or X, Y, and Z. And so I thought leading from the front meant those things. And to an extent, I would say that it does. But what I've learned since and what allowed us to go from like the first 5 million in sales to 40 million in sales is learning how to delegate the authority, teach people, and then have them do it. And the truth is, that's hard for entrepreneurs, right? Because at first, they've never done this before. So, of course, they're not going to be as good at doing something new that you've been doing for however many years. Having patience and humility and coaching them and teaching them and letting them make mistakes is such a key part. And it sounds so easy, but I just can't emphasize that enough that when you hand off a task, you have to know it's going to go wrong at some point, and you have to just be there to support the person and help them put it back together. The nice thing for me is we don't make life saving equipment. We don't transplant organs. No one dies because their print order didn't get there. It can be pretty frustrating. It can be expensive for us and for them, but nobody dies. And my favorite type of employee, my absolute favorite, is when they come into my office and they bring me a stack of paper and they're like, look, I just printed this whole thing wrong. I don't know how I let this happen, but I figured out a system to prevent it in the future and it's never going to happen again. I literally want to high five this employee. Did it just cost us a bunch of money? Sure. But the person that holds themselves accountable, you don't need to come down on them. You almost want to high five them and say, I can't believe you did this. That's incredible. Great job. Let's move on to the next one.